Gaming is big business, with intelligence agency Newzoo estimating the global market value will grow to almost $144 billion by 2020, up 8.2% from 2016 figures. Here in London, the third annual Games Festival is underway. With backing from the Mayor of London's office and public funding worth $1.7 million across 3 years, the event organisers say their mission is to make London the games capital of the world and to build upon the UK's already booming industry.
Video games are booming in the UK as a thing to do, to make and play, because it's the entry level on how to make them is easier, there are more people interested in funding them, and the audience for them is much bigger. And so, for instance, in London there's almost 600 games companies making games. It's the biggest cluster for video games in the country.
The festival, comprised of a series of events, launched with Now Play This, an exhibition celebrating experimental game design, exploring the crossover between art, gaming and storytelling, in a bid to prove that gaming has more cultural relevance than it's given credit for. Independent developer Jane Friedhoff created a game called The Lost Wage Rampage, inspired by the gender pay gap.
What I like is this idea that we can use games to create these really playful power fantasies for people who don't typically have power or who find themselves to be marginalized in certain situations, to sort of reclaim that power in this very playful, fun way.
Digital artist and game developer Dan Hett believes that gaming can and should be used to explore challenging subject matter. He designed a game, The Lost Levels, especially for the exhibition, inspired by his personal tragic experiences of the past year.
So The Lost Levels is a suite of about 15 microgames, each about 10 seconds in length, so it's about 4 minutes altogether, that document my experience last year in which I lost my brother in the Manchester arena at a terrorist attack. I have been making games for most of my life, and my trajectory in life changed during that event, and so my work changed also. The idea is that it's challenging what people would expect from an arcade cabinet, I suppose. So instead of bloops and lasers and bleeping, it's exploring themes that are, quite different from what players would expect. I feel that games are such an untapped storytelling resource for people who aren't in games. Part of this is not just about telling the story, and it doesn't even tell my story. There's no place names or anything mentioned in these games. It's about the themes and the experiences. But giving the player agency to make choices and to explore the what-ifs that I presented myself with is quite interesting to me. It was, my looking back at what happened it's as much about what I did and what I didn't do as much as what I did do. And games allows me quite a unique chance to explore that stuff.
Despite cultural perceptions of gaming beginning to turn a corner, Joe Twist, CEO of the UK Interactive Entertainment Association, admits there's still a need for more diversity within the industry.
Diversity and difference is the engine of creativity and innovation, and that is what our future economy needs, and that's what the games industry is really, really mindful of and really aware. So mentoring schemes, having Women in Games Awards, doing stuff around diversity and inclusion opportunity, and trying to really fly that flag for games as a progressive industry is so important.
Hi, I'm Arjun Karpal and thanks for watching The Edge. To check out more online videos, just click on the boxes and don't forget to subscribe to the CNBC Live channel right here at the bottom of the screen.